Hello, besties. Welcome to Martini with Eddie, your ultimate destination for everything Bravo. Join me as we spill the tea, dissect the drama, and uncork the juiciest gossip from your favorite reality TV shows. And yes, this episode is called Thank You or Thankful for Bravo, right? It's supposed to be about giving, thanks to the Bravo universe for everything that it has done for us and bringing us together, especially in the past week with so many crazy episodes. Usually, I do my podcast like on Fridays or Saturdays when like I can recap the week. But with like Thanksgiving and Black Friday and family and work, so I was like, you know what? Let's push it to Monday so we can like sit down, relax, and be grateful. But let me start. I want to vent because I had a day from hell. Like it started really early with like drama from work, drama at home. The holidays are coming. People seems to be in a mood of annoying people, right? So that was my experience today. I've been insanely annoyed with pretty much every single person that I interacted today with. Friends, family, strangers, whatever it is. The universe was testing me. I feel so bad for whoever lady was on the other side of the bank call that I had today because banks tend to fuck you over so many times, and even though you're trying to be clear and you're trying to be as honest with them, it seems like they always put all the blame on the customer. And like I understand, I have worked in customer service a lot of times in my life, and not always the customer is right, but this time around I was right. And I don't want to tell the story because it's too long. But long story short, I called to one of the banks that I have to close one of my bank accounts, and somebody did it wrong, and like there was like a charge to it, and I was upset, and it was supposed to be zero because I removed all my money, my fund from that account to something else, and something went through, and I got charged over fees and whatever, and I'm like, bitch, I honestly don't want to deal with this life. I was telling life, why are you doing this to me, bitch? Why are you doing this to me today? Not the day. I called the bank. I told the lady. I went off. I went full jersey on her. I was like, why am I supposed to be paying fees when I told the person that I spoke to 3 months ago to close my account? Do it right. And I was on the phone, and the person promised me that everything was done right, and obviously it was not. So, whew, that was my day. So I'm thankful for the universe that I'm sitting here with you guys talking about Bravo, which always bring me to a happy place. No matter how annoying and obnoxious Bravo Labs can be sometimes on shows, we have our favorites. We're gonna dislike some, we're gonna like some, even the ones that I dislike. I'm thankful for them because uh, beyond the Bravo shows, right? Bravo created an awesome community, and that community has been really supportive of my platforms. So even though my day was shitty as fuck, I know that I have you guys here listening to me rant about Bravo shows, and we have that connection. It reminded me of BravoCon. On Thanksgiving, I made a post on my Instagram saying, thankful for BravoCon. And there were two Bravo Labs who replied, I'm thankful for you to be at BravoCon. And that meant so much to me, you guys. Like, I know it's just a simple message. It could be just to be nice, but that showed that, you know, that this is a community, no matter what. Fans, Bravo Labs, Bravo content creators, people who work at Bravo, social media, everybody who's involved in this community. I mean, so far has been amazing. Even the trolls, you can. I mean, I always tell people that I don't care about the trolls and whatever they say because a troll is a fan at the end of the day. Somebody who either wants to be you, who's jealous of something, something triggers them enough just to like comment on your post, right? And like go for you and whatever. So all I say is um thank you for the engagement because like it or not, you're helping my platform to grow. So I'm thankful for you too. Actually extremely thankful for the last few episodes of pretty much every single Bravo show that we had so far. We had Potomac last night. That was a show, man. That was a shit show. Let's be clear. That was a shit show. We also had Miami last week and Beverly Hills. We're gonna talk about Beverly Hills a little bit because I'm not liking the tone that these women are projecting on Sutton about her being alcoholic or drinking too much. I'm gonna give you my take on that one. So I'm thankful that we have this space to vent about these shows. We also have Salt Lake City. Oh my gosh, Salt Lake City. That's the one that we should start with because Salt Lake City was insanity last week. They had one of the best scenes that I've seen in a while on reality TV. These women were fighting on pilgrims' costumes while Meredith was shaking a bottle to make butter. And she didn't stop shaking that thing. I'm gonna give her props. I'm gonna give Meredith props because she was committed to this. She was committed from the beginning and she said, I don't stop until I accomplish my goal. And that's what she did. She sat there the whole entire time shaking that bottle. And in my head, all I'm thinking is Taylor Swift, Shake It Off the whole entire time, which is really funny because even on the show, there was a Taylor Swift reference at the end when Monica said, like, oh, she's dead, like Taylor Swift said. I was like, oh my gosh, we are thinking we're synchronized. There is a Taylor Swift vibe. I don't know, maybe all the Taylor Swift news that we get every single day. From her new boyfriend to the tour in Brazil that was like overheating and somebody like got hurt or something, like insanity. So in those moments, all I'm thinking is like we are doing some Taylor Swift references on Salt Lake City. But um rewinding a little bit of that dinner. That dinner was a iconic moment for Salt Lake City. And Salt Lake City had some iconic moments. But sometimes there is a point when every single franchise has that dinner that you'd remember forever. For example, Beverly Hills had the dinner from hell, the dinner party from hell from season one. They've been trying to recreate it for, many times on the show, but that dinner is iconic. Also, the Amsterdam dinner, that thing is like mind blowing because to me, is how Kim handled every single woman at the table by herself. And she made Kyle Richard run. She made Lisa Reina get like upset and break a glass. She triggered those ladies so much that to me that was TV gold. So on Salt Lake City, we haven't had that moment when they're sitting and you kind of like go like, shit, this is fucking crazy. This time was these women dressed on Pilgrim, right? And then we see Lisa Barlow and Monica going at each other because it's really funny how Heather wanted this brunch to be like a healing process for the group before they go to the trip to Bermuda, which I'm excited to watch because that is a pivotal time on the whole story this season. That Bermuda trip changes everything, and it will definitely explain why Heather and Monica were sitting next to Andy at the reunion because, like I said it before, I said it on my recap on TikTok. Actually, by the way, you guys, I am becoming more active on Instagram, on TikTok with those real things because it's hard for me to do podcast 3 times a week like I used to do to recap shows. So I'm inviting you guys to follow me on Instagram or TikTok because I'll be posting little like 1 minute recap every time that an episode airs, the end of the episode or the next day, so you guys can see what I feel about the episode that night. So I posted it on Instagram when they released the seating chart. I said I don't understand why Heather is sitting next to Andy because she has given us nothing. Nothing so far. If anything, I would say Lisa Barlow and Monica made more sense because their fights are on the daily. They are going at each other all the time. To the point that even Lisa Barlow had to like go to the side and like kind of apologize and bring Monica back to the table because she felt so like triggered by the whole situation. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Monica fan, but I do appreciate what Monica has brought to Salt Lake City. I mean, it's undeniable that no matter how produced some of her storylines are, like the whole mom thing, to me, it seems produced to me. Like the interactions make no sense in real life, right? Um, like the way that they happen. I'm not saying that the problems between mother and daughter are not real. Let's be clear on that part. I do feel like the way that they stage the conversations are produced for TV, right? Some of the arguments don't seem to click with me as organic. So, even though all of that, we can't deny the fact that Monica has activated pretty much the whole entire cast. The fact that the whole entire cast was not on a speaking term with Monica before the reunion speaks loudly of how they feel about her. Um, so, like it or not, she is shaking things up in the mountains of Salt Lake City. I want to see how the group moves forward from the reunion and how they kind of like change the dynamic for the next season because obviously a show can continue when the whole entire cast isolates one person. And I don't think Monica is going anywhere, to be honest. I don't think she is going to be fired. I don't think she's going to leave the show. I think she actually loves being on reality TV. She's one of those people that you can tell that maybe, just maybe, was waiting for the right time for her to have this platform and this happened. So I highly doubt that no matter how people are trying to push the idea that she is going to be fired because she lied about something or because allegedly she stole Lisa Barlow's ring or the whole lawsuit with Heather. If anything, Bravo has so many stories around her for like 20 more seasons, right? Um, and that's what Bravo wants because none of these storylines are problematic. This is not like a Jenny, what's it called? Jenny, the one that they got fired from being racist. This is not that case, right? This is not the case of being somebody racist. This is not the case of somebody being homophobic. This is somebody who has issues within the cast, and that's what you want in reality TV. So I highly doubt that Bravo is going to let her go. Um, yeah, that's just my thought. I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys. I don't know what you guys think, but I do believe that there is a chance that that a lot of these ladies are going to start to like Monica, and we see it happening. I do know that Mary is very happy with Monica's performance, I guess, at the reunion because after the reunion, Mary follow her on social medias, right? Um, I do think Meredith is in better terms with her. So there has to be something there for Monica to stay on the show with some kind of support. Um, but I highly doubt this is going to be going anywhere. Especially after what happened at this last episode. I don't think Bravo wants to lose the opportunity to bank on the fact that Lisa Barlow is so activated and bothered by Monica. And that's good because I love Lisa Barlow. And I appreciate Lisa Barlow even more when she is activated because there is something about Lisa and the way that she says stuff to somebody that it's almost like a, that southern way of shade when people say like God bless your heart. when you know that they're not telling you to be blessed, that they telling you you're fucking stupid, right? That's how I feel about Lisa Barlow. Lisa Barlow doesn't tell you to fuck off. Lisa Barlow tell you in a nice way to get the fuck out of her face, right? Um, Also, we gotta remember that Lisa Barlow is in better place with Heather Gay, and we've seen it happening on the show like gradually. Like they didn't start friendly this season, right? Actually, she was very close to Whitney. I think they're still close enough. I don't think that they are in bad terms, but I do see a level of friendship between Heather and Lisa Barlow. Maybe this whole thing with Jack helped them become closer, even though at the beginning it seemed like Heather was too invested on Jack's story. But now we see Heather defending Lisa Barlow. She was defending Lisa Barlow at that dinner, right? She was on her side. And that was something that I was not expecting at all to happen this season. She was sitting next to Lisa at the reunion, right? Based on the chart, if I'm not wrong, I'm trying to remember it by heart, but it was Andy in the middle, right? And then next to Andy was Heather, Lisa, Angie. Let me see, because I want to make sure that I give it the right information, you guys. But yeah, it's definitely something that I noticed that Lisa Barlow and Heather's dynamic has definitely shift in a very drastic way. So the sitting chart is as follow. Yes, it is Andy in the middle. To his left is Heather, Lisa, Angie K, and Mary at the end when she joins as a friend of. On the other side is Monica, Meredith, and Whitney. I'm still trying to understand how um, Whitney ended up on the other side of the sofa, but I definitely see why Lisa is sitting next to Angie and across from Monica. That makes a lot of sense. So that is why I'm thankful for Salt Lake City, because all this drama, Jesus freaking Christ, is insanity. Insanity. Let's talk about Beverly Hills, because that's another one that I'm thankful for. A lot of people are complaining about it. I love this season. I said it before, and I feel like Beverly Hills has gone back to what it used to be back in the day, about the most trivial, non problematic, very petty drama between the cast members, right? I I am excited because in the upcoming episode we get to see that dinner that Kyle has been talking about for weeks now. And Camille, Cynthia, and Denise will be at that dinner. It's supposed to be a THC infused dinner, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be chaotic. But we saw the introduction of Denise back to Beverly Hills on the last episode at Garcelle's movie premiere. I'm so happy for Garcelle. It's her birthday today, you guys. So um, I just love Garcelle. She's one of a kind. She's that girl. Wait, it was today or yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, but it was her birthday anyways. So seeing her showing her talent as a producer on the show, it remind us that she is not just a one trick pony. She is an actress, she's a producer, she is a great mom, right? And we are seeing all those layers on this season. Talking about Sutton real quick. because I mentioned this before that I wanted to go deep into this Sutton conversation. We had seen Kyle and Dorit on the phone twisting every word that Sutton has said into making people believe that she is an alcoholic. And let's not play ourselves. Do I believe Sutton like her cocktails? Yes. Who doesn't? I like my cocktail. I was drinking on Thanksgiving. I was drinking the night before. I was drinking with Bali from Family Karma the next day. So yes, I understand that sometimes you drink cocktails during the day, during the night. Who cares? Which, by the way, you guys, I just threw that right in. I had a dinner with Bali and O'Malley, and the conversation is gonna be just between us, like me and Bali and him. I mean, I'm not gonna share what we talked about because that's nobody's business. But I'm just so grateful for her too. I'm gonna add that to this episode. I'm so thankful for the friendship that I have with Bali because that was so fun, you guys. So fun. All I'm gonna say is that I need Andy and a camera after, you know, and start Family Karma once again. I need Family Karma back. If please, if you guys are listening right now, if you guys got to this point of the conversation, and if you have time, I am I'm asking you to please share on your social medias, on your Twitter, your TikTok, your Instagram, tag Bravo and ask Bravo that we need Family Karma back. But now back to Beverly Hills. I don't like this tone that they are putting on Sutton because last season, if I'm not wrong, Erica was drinking and popping pills at the same time and acting a fool and telling Garcelle son to fuck off and trying to fool around with um with Oliver, because she was drinking and popping pills, and nobody of these ladies, beside Garcelle and Sutton, made a comment about it. So suddenly, they are the high judgment of Sutton by saying that she's been drinking too much. And yes, sometimes the comment that Sutton made about Kyle's sobriety might not land well, but at the same time, maybe just maybe Kyle's just mad about the fact that Sutton can drink and she can't, because she became sober right before this season. Like, she was still drinking before. This is not like something that she's been doing for many years. This is something that she decided to do to better her life, like before she started filming, and because she was having a hard time with her own personal life. And that I do respect. I respect that decision. But I do feel like she's projecting some of that like judgment for people who drink because she became sober. And just because you are sober, that doesn't give people the right to judge those who drink. Just like people who drink has no right to judge those who don't want to drink. That's the whole point. We make decisions that we feel are okay for ourselves, for our bodies, and I don't know. There is something about twisting this into making son into an alcoholic. They became way before these episodes were airing, because last time that John Mellencamp's daughter was on Watch What Happened Live, she planted the seed that Sutton carries a bottle of vodka or something in her purse. So this seems to be a plan. This is being planned. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious. But I'm really happy that Sutton is giving her no dust. She's paying no dust, and she is just going with her life. I'm also happy that she had said many times over the past episode that she realized that the Kyle is not a real friend to her, because a friend doesn't do what she does. Sutton has always been there, but by Kyle's side. Even when Kyle is throwing her under the bus, she always tried to be her friend. But it seems like Kyle is very, very proactive to use Sutton as a scapegoat and try to use her for like some kind of story in the past. So every other lady can literally just go at it, and use her as like a pawn, as a joke or something. We saw that with Lisa Rena. We saw that last season too with Erica Jane. We're seeing it now that she's doing it to her with Dorit. So yes, I do have a problem, because just because Sutton drinks maybe one cocktail or something once in a while and she likes to have a good time, I don't think it's fair for people to paint her as an alcoholic, because there is a difference between having a cocktail and being an alcoholic. Also, it's very interesting that people are starting to judge Sutton's quirky ways when Sutton has been quirky from the moment that she joined the show as a friend of. Are we gonna forget the moment that she literally made John Mellencamp's daughter cry because she called her boring, and she called her like, oh, she's pregnant, and she was pregnant, and she made her cry. And like, this is not like a new Sutton. This has been the same person. It's very consistent to what Sutton has been in the past. So I want you guys to listen and maybe go watch previous seasons and tell me if there's any difference. Sometimes we forget how people are because we were so like hyper focused on Erica and her issues that now that they're trying to kind of like use Sutton as like the villain, I guess, because oh my gosh, how bad somebody's drinking a cocktail in their own home. It's not like she's driving. It's not like she's going to places drunk. She is in her own house having a cocktail. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, I never understand how people can villainize something so simple. But that is just my take. On the other hand, we have Garcelle. Garcelle is showing so many layers, and the dynamic she has with her sons is incredible. That scene where uh Jay told Garcelle, "Oh, the girls are gonna come to the party. Who am I supposed to avoid? Who we have problem with? Who do we like?" That's a real son right there. That what he said was like, "Mom, you know, what's the deal? Who we have problem with? You know, if you have beef with somebody, they got beef with me too. If they have beef with you, they got beef with me." And that to me screams being raised right. Garcelle has done an amazing job raising those kids. Even though we had seen moments where she kind of like questioned that. And I want to like hug her and be like, "No, you did so great. Those boys are class acts, both of them." It's like at the party, when Crystal was talking to Jax at the party, right? And Jax told her, like, you know what? I want to go talk to Erica. I want to see what's up. I want to, talk about what happened last year, right? Let's not make it awkward or like try to avoid each other. So he grabbed Crystal and he went to Erica, an adult, and faced her and said, "You know what? We had an issue last year. We're fine." And that's when Erica apologized to him, right? It was like a full circle moment because if you guys don't remember, Crystal was the one who removed Jax from the situation. She was the one who grabbed the kid. It was like, you know what? Let's go. Because Erica is drunk and is talking out of her ass, right? So this time he grabbed Crystal to go with him so he could speak to Erica and be like, you know what? We have no beef. We're good. Let's move on. Let's forget it. Who cares? That is a grown ass man mentality, you know? And interesting enough, was him the one who approached her. If she wanted to be the adult in this situation, she should have arrived to that party and walked to Jax herself as soon as she got to the party. As soon as she got out of the car, she got dropped off and walk into the party, look for Jax, and be like, hey, Jax, I know we had a problem last year. I want to apologize. That's what a grown ass person do, and that's what she didn't do. She waited for him to go to her so she can feel like, okay, I can speak to you. No, no. At least she apologized, and they can move on, right? I'm just happy that at this party we see Denise back. I love Denise. I don't care what anyone says. Um, I think not only she is such an amazing actress with a really long, list of movies. Like she truly has been working in Hollywood for decades after decades. I always felt like she was one of the kind of the highlights when they brought her to the show because she did have A-list, Hollywood power previous to show, right? Also, Denise has the career the all the actresses wish they had. I'm talking about you, Lisa Rena. Um, Denise has been a Bond girl. Denise has many iconic movies. And then her coming to the show, I'm pretty sure a lot of these women first threatened by her presence because she already had a fan base. She already has like a cult following, right? Um, so having her back to me is amazing. I grew up, I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s, and as a young adult, I was very very attracted to Denise Richards. Uh, I think she was like one of my few female, crushes. So seeing her back on the show to me is like really really fun. I want her back more. I want her to be more diamond holder next season. We wasted the opportunity to bring her on the show. And as we saw on the clip for the upcoming episode, we are going to be introduced to Emery. And I have my issues with her already. Before the show started like filming, before anything, before she was even like fully announced as a full time, I already knew about her and her husband and his opinions that are not, I don't know. I don't want to get into this because a lot of people might say this is political conversation and somebody's identity is not a political thing. When it comes to opinions about people in the LGBTQIA community, it's not a political conversation. It's a person's identity conversation. It has nothing to do with what side of the aisle in the political spectrum you are. But it has to do a lot about human rights and um, how much I can respect you as a person. Because if you can respect people's identities, I do not respect you. Period. So Anne Marie had this husband with very questionable opinions, and then recently, like a couple of weeks ago or last week, it was discovered that he is being sued by a woman that I'm gonna say allegedly because I want to protect myself, uh, was raped by this guy. Trigger warning. I'm sorry, I should have said that. But and people are questioning this woman because it happened 20 something years ago. But what happened was is that this man was protected by the college they were in because she made the right move to to bring attention to the fact that he allegedly raped her and abused her. And the college allegedly decided to protect him so he could be part of the sport team, and also for him to be able to keep, building his career as a sport commentator. So fast forward to now, is resurfing because my understanding is that this woman is trying to get the justice that she deserves. So from the beginning, I'm not interested on getting to know this woman. I'm not interested to see her husband or a screen. I know Bravo's not gonna cut her out of the show because she's involved in a lot of stuff. But I am happy that during BravoCon, she was supposed to be in the same lineup as me, as Kyle Richards, Rachel Fuda, just Fessler and her were like on a photo op, and I decided to just ask for a picture just with Kyle. I ended up just getting a selfie because it became chaotic because the security guy was a little, I don't know why he got so upset, but I got my picture with Kyle because one thing that I will not do is take a photo with people that I don't like and I don't support, especially in a space that I paid to be in. So when I saw her and Marie, whatever her last name is, I don't care, and Rachel Fuda at the group photo, I said, I just want a picture with Kyle, and I'm getting my picture with Kyle. Period. So so I feel like we lost the opportunity to bring somebody that actually matters to the show. We have Denise that is right there. We have Camille. Camille is an icon for Beverly Hills. I would rather see Camille back 100% than getting to know this new person. That's just my opinion. I know Camille is going to be back on Ultimate's Ghost Trip. We are crossing our fingers that it actually airs because you know that there is a lot of investigation going on with that Morocco trip due to the interaction between Caroline and Brandy. So that Ultimate Girls Trip is hanging by a thread. So I'm just hoping that it actually happened because we will get Camille, we have Gretchen, we have oh my gosh, such a good fucking season, and I don't want to miss it. Um, but I wish Bravo will definitely bring any of these ladies back full time or more involved than just like a guest appearance because they are. Camille is like the perfect person to get Dorit and Kyle like bother, and I love it. um, yeah, and for that reason, I'm very thankful for Beverly Hills. This is my I'm thankful for Beverly Hills segment. Now we are going to Miami. Miami once again is giving us drama between Alexia, Marisol, and Adriana. And that ride in the van was so freaking insane with the whole like being gassy and stuff. I'm gonna say this. I like all three. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I hate Adriana because I like Alexia, or I don't like Alexia because I like Adriana. I like them all. Miami is one of those shows that I actually like all of them, minus Larsa. Because one thing that I don't like is when people can keep their mouth shut about people's health issues, right? The fact that, oh my gosh, I need to share it because it's true. Mia Carla said, I would love to see more Jennifer Tilly as a real housewife friend. I would love her to have a full time friend of Raw and actually be invited to like the ladies, parties and like to the trips and stuff because I love her friendship with Sun and she will be so great at defending her when all these women are trying to go after her. So yes, I would definitely love that. But back to Larsa, I don't like the fact that Gertie asked her not to say a damn word, and she went ahead and told the whole entire state of Florida. So disrespectful, so tacky, almost gossipy. That's not a real friend. If you're a real friend, you keep your mouth shut because it's not your business to tell anyone about what you were told by the person in a very confidential way, right? Um, I just love that the producers were not kidding with that part. And in that scene where they were like talking about it in the van, if they were going to tell or not to Gertie that they knew about it. And every single like uh little kind of screen letters were like told by Larsa, told by Larsa, told by Larsa. And then when it was Larsa's time, it was like basically told everyone chef kiss. Um But I'm still very into the whole van fight between Alexia, Marisol, and Adriana because it all started because Adriana told them that she had to fart because she had gassy, she ate something, I don't know, she was like gassy or whatever. And Marisol was telling Alexia in the bathroom and Adriana her. But I mean, if somebody is in a bus and she says or they say, hey, I have fucking the farts, I have to fart all the time, I'm, like my stomach is messed up, and I'm like, ah, shit, I'm gonna be trapped for 2 hours, somebody who's gonna just be passing gases. I will tell my friends, and that's not being gossipy. That person share with everybody, right? So the fact that she felt so offended that Marisol let Alexia know um that Adriana was passing gas, it's like, hmm, I'm on Team Marisol and Alexia on this one. There was no need to get so mad about them talking about passing gas. It's not like they were calling her any names or anything like that. They were just like Marisol was making Alexia aware of what was happening, right? But then that escalated to Alexia fighting with Adriana because Adriana ran into Todd and Todd said something to her, and like Todd said, "Oh, I wasn't at your party because it wasn't because of you guys." Obviously, I feel like he was just being polite. But then Adriana goes to the extent to start justifying the reason why Alexia married Todd, saying that she did it because of his money or for status or stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't think Adriana should be saying anything like that if she's trying to mend the friendship with Alexia because it doesn't seem sincere, right? And I like Adriana. I think she is funny. I think she gives drama. She's not even a full time housewife, and she gives more drama than some of the full time housewives on the show. Um, I also feel like she knows how to be a housewife on TV. Like she knows what will definitely bring the drama, and their drama is not fake. The drama between Alexia and Adriana is so real that when they landed in Miami after BravoCon, they had a fight, like a full-on fight at the airport because Alexia didn't know what Adriana was saying in the confessionals until she watched that episode on the plane back home from BravoCon to Miami. So when they landed, shit hell broke loose. And I'm very thankful for this because that was to me, it showed that they do have real freaking drama in Miami. It's not produced for the show. They really don't like each other, or they really talk about this behind each other's back. But we had seen it that even though they are not in great terms, they also can band together when the time is needed, right? Um, that basketball game was, I don't even know what happened because that scene was such a blur to me. I'm like, they don't even know how to play basketball. So why are we doing this? Like, why is even like this should that basketball moment should have been like a flashback in a future episode. To be honest, I was like, what is even happening here? But that van trip, the sprinter fight, made it all worth it because the ladies of Miami can fight. They can drag each other in person. They don't have to wait for the confessional. They are gonna tell each other what they mean and what they feel like in the moment. So that's why Miami has doing so well because a lot of other franchises they wait for like the confessionals to say what they think. But in Miami, they are not afraid to tell each other how they feel, and I'm thankful for that. Let's talk about let's talk about Potomac. Because last night, the episode from last night was crazy. Um, First off, I'm actually enjoying some of the not so dramatic storylines, like the Juan Dixon thing is so planned to like fix his image, and this whole thing with Robin defending him every turn that she can, saying like, "Oh, we're not gonna pay attention to what anyone says." I'm like, "Oh God, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing because she would rather be with somebody who obviously has lied and cheated on than just be like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about it." And honestly, if she goes on TV and says, you know what? Juan Dixon and I have an arrangement that he can do whatever he wants and I can do whatever I want, and then we go home together. No judgment. If that worked for them, who am I to judge? Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Because I'm 100% sure that the viewers will react differently. They will say, like, you know what? That's their business. Good for them. I would rather than saying that because more people will feel even identify with that because there's more people out there that have that arrangement in their marriage, right? More than people might even believe. So I do want her to say, you know what? I don't care what anyone says because we are okay with what we do outside of this house. You know, um, yeah, that is my perspective. I don't understand why we have to pretend that what happened last year never happened. And every time that he has a chance, he's trying to like portray himself as like this like really good guy that all he was trying to do is to help a homeless girl in a hotel because she lost her credit card. You know? That's it. Oh, I wanted to share it with Mia because I think it's interesting. This is coming from Mia Carla from New York. Most women after kids and get older let it go because sex can be a hassle when you have small kids or long hours at work or a business to run. I mean, it's true. And some people are okay with letting their partner to do their own business outside, the household, and then they just still work. They still live their life together. I mean, I think more people nowadays understand that each relationship has the right to build their own, uh, to create their own rules, to build up their relationship the way that they want to do it. And nobody can judge that. And if that works, that works. But I would rather somebody that is honest than somebody that's trying to so hard to save the image of somebody who has obviously been cheated. I also am very impressed with Candace this season. She is, I mean, I love Candace. I know Candace is a very polarizing character. On the housewife level, I think she knows how to read people. I know she understands who she is. I think she knows how to give really great TV. We saw a moment between her and her mother on last night episode, and the dynamic between them two is just TV gold. The way that the mom tried to shade Chris about like his job, if to see if he was making money or not, and Candice caught the shade right in the moment was freaking hysterical. One thing that I'm not impressed by though, this pickleball idea. Who decided to make pickleball the Housewives and Bravo sport? It's like I haven't stopped seeing pickleball since like Vanderpump Rules like three seasons ago, when it seemed like everybody was playing pickleball with like what's his freaking name? Russell or whatever. No, it's not. Is it Russell? Um, Randall. Randall. Lala's ex. I'm like, who made it the freaking Bravo official sport? Because I don't understand it. I don't think it's fun. If you want to play that, play tennis. I like tennis. I don't understand pickleball, to be honest. Like, please, Jesus Christ, play tennis. But it seems like Karen wanted to have, once again, a healing party. It's like everyone on Housewife is trying to heal like their dynamics because the last few seasons from every single franchise was super toxic. So now they are in this healing process. I guess all the franchises together, right? We have Salt Lake City having healing, uh, dinners in a freaking pilgrim outfit. Beverly Hills, since Lisa Reyna is not there, they're trying to seem like they're all having a great time, together. Even though you can tell that that's not going to happen the whole entire season. And now we have Potomac when every single person has issue with the other person, right? Um, and for some reason, Karen picked pickleball. God knows why. But on this pickleball um, part of the episode, two things like caught my attention. One, the way the Juan Dixon was so excited to be there. Like producers even made an intro for him when he got out of the car, and you can see like letters of like Karen, what Karen said about him and what Candace said about him, and with the voices and like all the stuff. I'm like, why is Bravo doing all this for somebody who literally has tried to avoid to be on the show for the past 7 seasons? Like now that he is jobless and now that he wants to be around um Robin all the time because he's trying to fix this image that he's a cheater. He's on every episode. He's going to group events. He has had more camera time on this few episodes that he had had for 7 seasons altogether, right? So I'm shocked that Bravo or the producers are giving him so much like importance of what he does and say. Like, come on, get a job, Juan Dixon, get a job. Um, the other thing that I was very intrigued by was by Wendy and Neka's um, dynamic, because this whole shrine voodoo thing, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna give my opinion on it because I have no idea about it. As you can see and hear, I'm not part of the Nigerian, community. I'm not. I don't have any African background. I don't have any historical. knowledge about what these women are talking about. Everything I'm learning about this whole shrine, um, you know, being part of like this, I'm like watching it on a TV show. This literally trivializing this. This is a cultural thing. So I'm not gonna get into giving my opinion on that because that's not my lane. I'm gonna stay on my lane and keep listening. But I did read a lot of the comments that were made on um uh the people made on a post that I make on my Twitter because as you guys know, I live tweet as the show is airing, so I always post videos and clips and picture that I screen grab from the episode as the episode's airing. I didn't say anything about it, like I didn't give any opinion. I only said these are the three most chaotic minutes in Potomac history. This whole interaction between Wendy and Neka. So I honestly am not. I don't know. I don't know. But based on what I read on those comments, it seems like the accusations of being part of this group, the people who does like voodoo or whatever in the Nigerian community, is some heavy accusations, and it can damage people's reputation if they are not part of it or if they live outside that community. Like they live in Atlanta, I mean in Potomac. They live in Potomac, so that can be like damaging for their businesses, their reputation, and all this stuff. I don't know for a fact because, like I said before, I have no opinion on it. I'm gonna keep it to myself. We'll just watch the show and see what happened. Um, but at the same time, I I don't understand why Wendy is getting so much heat from this new person on the show. I really wish that she came on the show and became friend with Wendy because sometimes the best way to build a friendship it's by finding common grounds, and they are part of the same community, right? um so I wish this like commonality would have brought it together. Instead we're having this conversation about how when this mom calls somebody that is family of her, and Wendy's getting the heat, and I'm like, the mom is not a housewife, so I don't understand what's happening. Um, I'm not enjoying that though. I'm not enjoying this dynamic. I'm not interested as much in the way that it's been developed. This story, I don't know. I think we need to move on from that. I'm hoping that soon enough this whole conversation about like being on a shrine or whatever, like putting your name on a shrine and all the stuff, we can move past that because I don't want it to be dragged the whole entire season. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not invested. I do like though the shade and the commentary that Wendy is doing on the confessionals. A lot of people were saying it seemed like she might be triggered by what was said about her mom, and that's why she's looking a little suspiciously guilty, or like she knows about it. But to be honest, I enjoy Wendy. I like Wendy. I think she's a very successful woman. I love the way that she is a political commentator, but she can still give you shade and fun and all this stuff on on reality TV. So she's a very smart woman. I just need I just need the other ladies to stop trivializing her achievement. Because that's another conversation that has been happening on the show for many seasons, and like it's tired. Like, come on, you can't deny that Wendy has, education, that she has being part of the political environment for a long time. I mean, she is a very accomplished woman. Let's not trivialize that, because some of the people on the cast, their biggest achievement is having a podcast, the one that I have from home. So no, we cannot put on the same level somebody who has a PhD to somebody who has a podcast. Like, let's be fucking real here. I'm not comparing my little podcast to like a doctor. Like, come on. I'm not saving lives. I'm not sending rockets to the moon. Trust me. But I'm so thankful for this podcast and for you guys to like always come here and enjoy this little conversation about Housewife and Bravo. It's been, once again, like I wanna say like one of the biggest rewards from this platform, from my Twitter, from my Instagram, from my podcast, is the friendships and the and the real connection that I have made with so many people, including fans of the shows, including content creators, Bravo Labs that now I can call friends. So, um, yeah, I'm thankful for all the mess, all the drama, all the episode that we have watched together and comment on it and fight over and love. Um, so yeah, for that reason, I'm thankful for Bravo. Thankful for Bravo for bringing us all together. Like it or not, we are family. And that's it, you guys. This is the episode for tonight. I just want to invite you to, like I said before, go and follow my Instagram, my TikTok, and Twitter as Martini with Eddie. I'm posting um, 1 minute recaps on the reels and on TikTok when the episodes air. Because it's hard for me to like keep doing 3 episodes a week on my podcast, so I'm gonna just keep 1 episode a week where I recap everything and we just talk about all the nonsense of the week, and then little news flash on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Thread. Don't forget Threads, because Thread is popping. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining me today. I just wanna say thank you to Mia, Kane Cordova. We also have Trent Briggs. We have Aaron. Aaron, I love you. I hope you are feeling good and, with all our love. Truly, truly love you. You're amazing. I want to invite you guys to just follow my social medias, and I will see you next time here to recap Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, Southern Charm, Winter House, and more, and all the news here on Martina with Eddie. Come on, guys, say it with me. Bye, besties.